So today we're going to learn how to program our light to turn on and off using C++ code. So the first thing I like to do is I like to push some of these down, these void setup and void loop down by just hitting enter and then typing in some comment code. Comment code is ignored by your computer. They're just notes that programmers write for themselves. After that, we're going to do variable declaration where we're going to introduce some things into our code. The first thing we're going to introduce is this thing called an LED, and we're going to hook it up on pin 13. And then we're going to move into the void setup. This void setup will run once, and what we want to do is tell the computer what is that LED. So we're going to write pin mode, capital M in modes, and we're going to say the LED is an output. Notice that I end every line of code with a semicolon. Finally, we're going to move into the void loop. I'm just moving my blocks down a little. That doesn't really matter, but I just like to have space to work. So in the void loop, we're going to write in the words digital and then capital W write. We're going to type in LED high. That means turn it on. Don't forget your semicolon. Then we have to tell it for how long to turn on. Delay 1000 means turn on for 1000 milliseconds, which is also a second. Then we're going to tell the LED low, which means turn off. And we're going to type in the delay again. We have to tell it for how long, which is 1000 again. And after we do that, we have to select the board that we're using as well as the port. Now I'm using a Mac computer. You're probably using a Chromebook. Mine is USB 1401, but yours is probably going to say ACM 0 or ACM 1. Afterwards, we can verify the code, and if you typed everything in correctly, it's going to say verification successful. Now imagine that I made some mistakes in my code, so if I didn't capitalize all the letters in high or I forgot a semicolon, when I go to verify, I'm going to get some mistakes or some errors, and you'll have those little boxes next to the line where you made a mistake. So you have to read through that line, make sure that everything is correct, and if it's not correct, then you go in there and correct it. In this case, I'll add a semicolon, and in this case, I'll make sure that high is completely capitalized, no lowercase, so that when I verify, I get verification successful again. Now we're ready to upload it. So if we did it correctly, it would say upload successful. So the code is loaded on our Arduino, but our light is not blinking. There's one on the board that's blinking, but ours is not. And the reason for that is because we're plugged into 5V. We need to move from 5V to pin 13, which is what our code said our light should be blinking out of. So now when we move that cable, our light starts to blink. And you'll notice it blinks for 1 second on, 1 second off. And if we want to tweak the code, we can change the delay to make it blink more quickly. And then when we upload it, we're going to see what it does on our Arduino. It's blinking more quickly. It's blinking at a 1/4 second on and a 1/4 second off.